Representative Marjorie Taylor Greene, Republican Georgia, cautioned that many Republicans are being fooled into supporting Robert F. Kennedy Jr. because even if some of his ideas on issues like the COVID vaccines, the war in Ukraine, and the intelligence agencies are good, he is still a Democrat at heart and a liberal one at that. The fiery Georgia lawmaker was attending the Turning Point Action Conference in Florida on Saturday when she spoke with conservative media outlet Right Side Broadcasting, and the topic of Kennedy, who is challenging President Joe Biden as a Democrat, came up. When asked about RFK Jr. and how he can get onto a debate stage against Biden in what is a completely rigged primary process, Greene said that while she agreed with him on some things, it is important to note that he is a longtime Democrat and that he embraces many traditionally left policies. I really agree with his position on the vaccines. It's been my position all along, she said. I have been totally against the COVID vaccines from day one, totally against the masks. As a matter of fact, I got fined every single day that I stepped on the House floor because I refused to wear a mask, and Nancy Pelosi would fine me $2,500 every single time I stepped on the House floor without a mask. So I agree with Bobby Kennedy on a lot of things. But I tell you what, I think there's a lot of Republicans that have been fooled by him. He's not a Republican, everyone. He's very much a Democrat, Greene told the outlet. And some of his policies are far, far left. They're not the policies I want. They should not be the policies that you want. But everyone does like some things about him, like his positions on the COVID-19 vaccines, his position on holding the CIA and other agencies accountable. But I think that's the Democrat Party. I could care less about them, MTG added, saying that there should be more concern about California Governor Gavin Newsom, who has been positioning himself to swoop in if Biden is unable to run for some reason. RFK Jr. is a traditional Democrat from back when the party was still liberal before it took a screeching left turn into full-blown authoritarian, state-worshipping, censoring, and oppressiveness that has far more in common with the murderous Soviet dictator Joseph Stalin than his father and uncle. But since he is an old-school Democrat, Kennedy is a major threat to the current regime and the deep state intelligence agencies that he contends were involved in the assassinations of President John F. Kennedy, who had his head blown off in Dallas in 1963, and his father, Robert F. Kennedy, who was also shot in the head at a Los Angeles hotel in 1968 as he was poised to grab hold of the party's nomination. He has been savaged by the media, including over his remarks about COVID possibly being a race-specific bioweapon, comments that drew accusations of anti-Semitism. The @NYPost story is mistaken. I have never, ever suggested that the COVID-19 virus was targeted to spare Jews. I accurately pointed out, during an off-the-record conversation, that the U.S. and other governments are developing ethnically targeted bioweapons, and that a 2021 study of the COVID-19 virus shows that COVID-19 appears to disproportionately affect certain races, since the furin-cleave docking site is most compatible with blacks and Caucasians and least compatible with ethnic Chinese, Finns, and Ashkenazi Jews. In that sense, it serves as a kind of proof of concept for ethnically targeted bioweapons. I do not believe and never implied that the ethnic effect was deliberately engineered, Kennedy tweeted in an attempt to defend himself, including a link to the study that he was referring to.